welcome to this ms.ai chat today. I am delighted to have you here as the CEO of MindSenses Global.
Thanks for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here.
Beautiful. We already spoke a few times. You have a beautiful way of explaining and giving very clear, structured frameworks, very easy to understand. And so I thought maybe one question that you could address today is how can companies gain competitive advantage using AI, artificial intelligence?
Thanks, Nancy. This is a very important question, and this is a question that we are asked very often in the work we do at MindSenses Global. So usually kind of like when we meet with the client, our first thought is to do a deep dive in that sector. So if it is the oil and gas, or if it is retail, or if it is healthcare, we will look at that landscape. We will look kind of like what the competitors and what like the players are doing in that. And then part of the process is to find the way to use AI to your advantage. I think kind of from the previous episode, we have talked about kind of like AI being useful in business in different areas. So the clue is not only to use AI, but to find which is the most added value area where AI will really give you that competitive advantage. And I think if we would like to keep it simple, usually it's around 3 areas. So one is around cost reduction. So obviously you would, as a business, you would like to reduce your costs. The second area, obviously, again, as a business, you would like to improve your margins or your profits. And then the third area, you would like to gain access to a new type of market or growth or inorganic growth. So those are the 3 main areas usually where businesses will benefit from applying AI. So let's go back to the first area, cost reduction. So AI has been used in a different areas across the board for cost reduction. So for example, if you are a manufacturing company or you are an oil and gas company, you have like factories or assets, you would like to reduce your downtime. Because if your asset or if your plant keeps breaking down and down and down, that's kind of loss of your time and loss of your profit. So then for this specific example or area, AI is used to predict when it is likely the breakdown to happen in the future. So then you can act and fix it now before it happens. So that's on the cost performance box. Mm-hmm. If we go to the second area, which is margin improvements and profit improvements, so AI has been also used to target clients. So if you have different products, you may want to target which is your niche area, your niche client who will be more kind of interested in your specific product. So use AI, kind of to filter through kind of which one will be the most prominent. You can also see an example, for example, if you are an airline and you have a reward system, you get the platinum and the gold and, kind of like the basic. So they use this, you can use AI to differentiate your offering and attract more of those kind of clients at the topper tiers compared to the lower tiers, for example. So that's kind of, helping attracting and targeting your margin improvements.
Yeah.
The third one is, gaining new markets or the growth. So this is really where kind of, as a business, you would like to grow by going into a new area, or you would like to develop a new product that you haven't done before. So you will be using AI to do one for the feasibility of the product. You can do a sentiment analysis beforehand. So will the client more likely be able to accept and be willing to pay a certain amount for the product you are dealing. So that's one type of sentiment analysis AI you can do. The next one, if you have a tick, that there is a demand for your product, you can then go back to the previous box, okay, so how can I target the niche clients? So they're like really a lot of examples, but they mainly are around those 3 boxes: cost performance, margin profit improvements, and then a growth new market access.
Fantastic. That's exactly the type of clarity that many companies out there need. And thank you for this excellent explanation, Djamila.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.